Very interesting, is it? Now, we do hear a lot of promises during campaigns, and even at debates like this, they're going to come here and tell us we will do this, and we will do this, and we're going to spend this and do that. Is there a way you think we can hold them accountable to these promises they're going to make today or through the campaigns?
Yes, I believe there's a way we can make them accountable, because the voting process, the idea of a voting process is that it allows us to select our leaders and to also evaluate them, evaluate their plan of action, how they plan to implement it. And I believe over the years we're going to see a growth and development of our democracy as we the youth, participate more in the electoral process.
Thank you very much. I find something very interesting, the fact that there's a lot of age restrictions with political offices and what certain people can run for in this country. And it does bother me because I know that I have met a lot of people within my age bracket who are very passionate about this country and who are also hardworking and back up that passion with a lot of action, but cannot do anything because they are not 35 or 45 yet. And I find that's a little disturbing. I don't know. Why do you think it's important that we have age restrictions for certain positions, or must they open up the field for everyone to run when they want? Hello, sir.
Okay. I don't think it's a matter of age. The funny thing is, presently, youths in Nigeria, we are aware of these things. We are aware of democracy. We are interested. We want to make a difference. Funny enough, those that have been there, what have they done? Give other people a chance. I think their generation, they need to chill and give us a chance. If we don't really need to be there, but we have ideas, we have plans, we can give them, we can tell them so many things that they can do to improve the system. There are no jobs, education, so many things, security, infrastructure. There are so many things to be done, and youths can input. We are young, we are vibrant, and we are strong. They need to give us a chance.
Thank you very much. I find that with Nigeria, our problem is not ideas, and we are very good with coming up with stuff that we want to do and plans and making grand promises and all of that. But implementing has always been the problem. I don't know. I want to ask, what do you think is wrong with Nigeria? And why are we where we are today? Hello, how are you doing?
Good evening. Part of what is wrong is lack of transparency and lack of accountability. And the reason we're here today is to change that. And once we start demanding that they held accountable to us through avenues like this, it won't be business as usual.
Thank you very much. There's I did hear something about some People's Senate or something. I'm not very sure. Please come up, sir. And I think things like that, where we have young groups who talk and try to hold people accountable, is very important. Mr. Laila Bode, just come forward. We're talking about accountability. How do we hold these people responsible? And how do we make sure they do the things we want them to do?
Thank you very much. I must congratulate the organizers of this event. I'd like to say that nothing is going to change if we don't make deliberate efforts. This is the beginning. It's sweeping across the world. And of course, if we pull our forces together like we're already doing, a lot of things are going to change. Accountability starts from each of us. It's not only about leadership. What about followership? A lot of us are part of the crimes being committed. A lot of us are very corrupt. We aid and abet the corruption that goes on in the country. So when you sit down to even blame ministers and the likes, you're part of it. So we need to begin to check ourselves to start with. And of course, at the debates that the People's Senate had, one of the critical things that we decided to do was to bring out the youths to actually debate. Let the political parties, even they use them for thuggery and the likes. Can they bring any of them out to actually debate issues? There are no issues being really discussed. And if anybody talks about any issues, they can't even give you exactly what they're going to do. Now, it's time to hold them accountable. Holding them accountable requires that we all come together and ask these questions. And we're not just going to do it on Facebook. There are so many Facebook activists, so many BlackBerry activists. Can we begin to turn these things to action? Yes, it's time. I can tell in the next 1 year or 2 years, things are definitely not going to be the same. The Nigerian youths are finally waking up, and of course, we're going to push them forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have one more question. He did mention about corruption and how some of us are corrupt anyways. And I know that at the last debate, one of the candidates did say something about Nigerians not being corrupt, but the system being corrupt. I'm not sure I understood what that meant anyways. But I want to know, do you think Nigerians are corrupt and we can't stop being corrupt?
Okay. I would say Nigerians are not corrupt, because the fact that maybe one person is corrupt doesn't mean all Nigerians are corrupt. And I always argue with people, you don't just generalize things. And if someone is corrupt, there are some things that led to that. Maybe is growing up, the things he witnesses around while growing up, and things can change. We've seen situations whereby even people we label as being bad turn new leaf and become good. So I would say that Nigerians are not corrupt. Maybe the system is aiding us because there's really no transparency, and everybody has a place to actually hide. So if there's no hiding place, then we all be playing. Thank you.
So this supposedly corrupt system is not a human being, is it? Because I'm very sure that there are people who run that system and have made it corrupt. Now, what do we do to cleanse this system? And are we sure that we can cleanse the system? Because we have been saying, okay, we are the future and all of that. Do we think we can change the system?
Well, I think a journey of 1,000 miles starts from a step. So the fact that we are beginning to ask questions, the fact that we want to be involved with the way we're being governed, shows that we are ready to change things. And I think we will change things.
Thank you very much. And so, I would like to ask the former Honorable Minister of Information, Mr. Frank Winke Jr. Is Nigeria going to be good? You have been in the system and you know how this thing works. Do you think things will change?
Well, I have absolutely no doubt that any human being and any human system is capable of reinventing itself. I believe that what is happening today is already a pointer to the fact that change can come in a very positive and a very strong way. And so what I hope would happen today when we've listened to the candidates either at this event and other events in the coming days is that the Nigerian people, young, old, women, boys, girls, whoever, must then figure a way to hold the candidates accountable when they have made all the progress and given all the assurances that we've seen in the last several weeks. And we must not stop here. This group must not stop here. If we stop here, then you'll be abutting what I think is a very important platform that is emerging and which can act as a check on the political class and then the political system.
Thank you very much, sir. As you can see, there's a lot of passion in the room and we're gearing up to start off the debate very soon. We'll be taking a very quick break. We'll be right back.
nourishment. Vote for Cowbell. Cowbell.
Very, very proud, because that card that you hold in your hand empowers you to vote. But before we vote, there is a critical plan in our quest for change.
A point where we must seek for their plans for various sectors of the economy.
They would hold rallies, they always do.
Don't get distracted.
With the singing and the dancing, let us get hold of their manifesto.
And understand, note what they promise to achieve.
Let us read it, be knowledgeable of it.
Let us pinpoint the various and the core values of their promises towards us.
And balance it out with reality. We have outlined 3 points to help you achieve this plan.
You select,
vote,
protect our votes,
and do it very wisely.
Enough is enough.
Focused on youth issues. We're live at the Shehu Musa Yar'Adua Center in Abuja. Here now to welcome our presidential candidates, those who have decided to honor our invitation to speak to the youth of Nigeria, to tell them what they have for us. First on stage is the presidential candidate of the Action Congress of Nigeria, Malam Nuhu Ribadu. Also here tonight is the presidential candidate of the National Conscience Party, Chief Dele Momodu. And we do have with us the presidential candidate of the All Nigerian People's Party, Malam Ibrahim Shekarau. So once again, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Chimamanda, over to you.
Thank you, Ebuka. Good evening. I am Chimamanda Adichie, and I will be moderating tonight's debate. The coalition of youth groups who have organized this debate wanted to hear from young people. And based on a poll conducted online and by text messages, young people in this country are very keen to ask the presidential candidates questions on 6 major topics: education, employment, power, corruption, the economy, and security. These young people sent in hundreds of questions, some of which we have selected for tonight's debate. The debate will have 2 phases. In the first phase, the candidates will have a conversation with one another. I will ask questions from young people based on education, employment, and power. In the second phase of the debate, young people will have a chance to pose their questions directly to the candidates. These questions will be based on the topics of corruption, security, and the economy. In the second phase, some of the questions will be presented via a video format, and some questions will be taken from the audience. Finally, each candidate will have 1 minute to make closing statements. We have a live audience here at the Yar'Adua Center, and we have asked them to please refrain from applause so that we can have the conversation continue uninterrupted. And with that, let's begin the debate. Now, the first question is on education, and it is from King Onoja in Kogi State. Our educational system has just recorded a 98% failure rate in WAEC, and our university certificates are not widely accepted around the world. What are the programs you have to improve the quality of education our young people are receiving? And to King Onoja's question, I would like to add, what do you think is the